Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing some file permissions in Active Directory, and we are going to still be working in Azure Cloud, Microsoft Azure Cloud. So to begin, we need to RDP into the cloud. So what I'm going to do is bring up RDP. And I'm going to make sure that the IP address is still the same. So the client, one of the IP addresses is configured as a client, and the other one is configured as a domain controller. So right now we're going into the client, and we will verify that, and we will show you how to verify that as we go on. So I'm just waiting for it to load up. In the meantime, we're going to RDP again. And this is the domain controller, so we're just waiting for that to also log in. And like I said, to verify what computer we're on or virtual machine we're on, because we're using virtual machines, all we have to do is type the host name. Says DC1, so we know that's the domain controller. So let's see if the other one is up. And the password, and is try hack me. We don't want that for now, and as we can see, it's the client side. So we're not going to work with this yet. We are going to go back to the domain controller, and here what we are going to do is we are going to create some folders. So we are going to the C drive, so we can type in my PC, and that usually brings up this screen. And right in this area, we're going to create some folders. First one we're going to create access. Next one we're going to create right access. Third one, no access. And one more. I'm just reading my notes as I do it. So it's gonna be account. All right. So now we need to assign permissions to it. So the first one, read access. We need to give access. So right here we are going to find people, and it's going to be domain users, but we're going to just put domain. We're going to check name, and we're looking for this group, domain users. I'm going to hit OK, and then we're going to assign the permission of read only. So it's there already, so and this is the web address, the private web address, to be able to access that folder, and you're going to see it later. So we're going to hit done. So the next one is write, and we're going to do read write. So we're going to give it access specific, and it's going to be also domain users, so we're going to find people. Domain users. Okay, and we're going to give it read write. Share, and we're done. So no access is going to be for give access specific, and we are going to find people, and it's going to be to the domain admin. We're going to check name, and it's going to be for domain admin. Okay. Actually, let's do this, and let's go back and give access specific, and we just want to change the permissions to read write. Done. So now we're going to go to the client side, and we do this, and then we bring up the opposite. Alright, so we're here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a run command. So we're gonna run, and we're gonna put this in // DC1, and we're gonna click OK, and the network folder and DC1 is gonna come up, and these are the files that we create. So let's start with read access. We have access to that, We also have access to that, but if we click on no access, we also still have permissions to that. So let's see what went wrong here, unless this user is a admin. So Bob im. So we're gonna go back to the domain controller and let's put this in place. Let's click on manage. Nope, we don't want that. We want tools and we want computers and users. And we want we're just checking to see what the status is for certain employees. So as you can see, Bobbin Fican is he is a so-called admin, but we are gonna take Bobbin and we're gonna remove him. So he's no longer a administrator, and we're gonna apply and we're gonna hit OK. So now we're gonna go back to DC1 and we're gonna click here. So he still has some authority, so we're gonna refresh. We're gonna go back into the other one and see. Let's see if it has a refresh. I think it should. Right here. Alright, so it's refreshed. So now we're gonna go back here into this one. We're actually gonna come out and we're gonna forward. We're gonna go forward, back. So now we should not have access, but it's still saying no access. It's interesting, but I'm gonna see again. So the only way I can figure this out, why is this person having access? I'm just trying to troubleshoot this live as I'm recording it. So, cancel. Let's go this route. Now let's go back again. see if the update took effect. Still not working. That's interesting. So we are going to come back out and go back in. Pretty P. Alright, so we're going to do CMD. We're going to go back in once more. If that doesn't do it, then I need to troubleshoot this more or so. Let's see if this is gonna do it. Bingo. So we got it. So basically I had to log off and log back in order for the effect to take place. And that's part of troubleshooting, and if you're working in a help desk, you're gonna run into these issues, so it's good to know what you're supposed to do offhand. Alright, so Bobbin does not have access anymore, but he should have access to everything else, which is correct because he's just a regular user now. And what if you need to tell somebody to do, you give permissions to somebody to do something, so they will have to log off and log back in, so their privileges are escalated. And to basically take away the privilege, you have to take it away and then tell the person to log off and log back in, and you have to make sure it's done. Whereas they might seem to still have that privilege, which you don't want them to have. So that's troubleshooting for you. So once we done that, now we're gonna create a account security group and assign permissions and test the access. So we're gonna go back to DC1 right here. So then So this is the security group here. So what I'm going to do is recreate it just to show you. And we're going to name it accountants. All right. So now we're gonna go back to the folders section where we created it, and accounting. We are going to assign permissions specific. So we're going to do this, find people, and we're gonna do ACC. Need to check names, and we have accountants. Gonna do this, click OK. So now accountants, we're gonna give the permissions of read and write. So share DC1 accounting, which is the folder here. So in order for anybody to have access to that folder, because Bobbin is not gonna have access, we can check him out like this and see. We can go here and we can click back. As you can see, it's saying contact the administrator. So now we need to assign somebody to the accountant group in order for Bobbin. Let's say we use the same user here. Let's go to command line. So this is the user. If we take this user, but we have to go in DC1. So let's bring up DC1 here, and we need to assign somebody to the group. So what we can do, members, add, I can say BOB, check names. See what it says, Bobbin Fikan, that's the same person. We can do this. Okay, so now he's added to the group. Hit apply, it's okay, and now we can test it to see if it works. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the actions of make sure it works. Refresh. Okay, so now we go back to the other computer, the client. So it's a lot of navigation we're doing, so we're gonna do so. Still no access, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna log out. Any time and we're gonna log back on. coming up. All right. So now go run. So now we go to accounting, and now we have access. It's that simple. So this is file and permissions in a nutshell. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos to come. And if you find these videos helpful, you can like and share and subscribe for more content. Thanks.